Good day, collective. I have a channeled message today. It's very specific. It's about manifesting itself. And this message was really deep. And the part that I'm going to share, I totally get it. Having a metaphysical shop, seeing how, the different ways people do candle magic, I get it. So let's just dive in. Before I get started with it, I want to do one call out for you to take 3 deep breaths, swallow before each of them before you exhale, and just really try your best to get anchored for this, because if you get it, it's right at the beginning of the year. This is a call also to get into nature. Go where there is water. Look at this. See those ripples? We've got some duck friends that are going to join us shortly also. When I talk about surrender and flow, I am specifically talking about what this water does. Legitly. It goes where it is led. It goes where there is room for it. It goes to where it just makes sense, right? And should there be an obstacle, it goes around it. Now, it can puddle when the obstruction is too large, then destructive things happen, But in the natural state of things, a lot of times, those I talk to are very much into this space where no matter what is said to them, they come back with, yeah, but there's always something that, basically trying to invalidate it. And what I always say is, if that is indeed your mindset, and like I said, we just went deep quickly, if that's indeed the mindset, then this is something that you're not going to receive. You have to let that go just to receive the message. And while you're at it, just let it go. Don't plan your life around the deltas. Don't plan your life around everything that could go wrong. Don't plan your life around the exceptions. Your life in its totality is so important. So what you're really trying to do is create ease in your life. So don't bristle up and be a buttress for things just on general purpose. Don't do it on GP. We are to be more and more like free-flowing water. All right. That being said, and the space has been set. When you think of how this universe works, and I will actually talk to you as if you don't. You're brand new on journey, and you have TikToked your way into candle magic. Let me stop. And so you're trying to get this thing to happen. I'm not going to go so deep as to call out an intention, but there's something you want to happen, and you've lit a candle for it, and it didn't happen. So you lit another candle for it. There's one burning right now. And you're, why isn't this working? Why is this not working? Okay, let's stop right there, because we're going to talk about one principle of manifestation, which is that you have spoken it into existence. It is now in the here and now. You've pulled it from some future time and space into the now, and you have declared it. You have lit the candle. You have let it burn. You've done the partition. You've done things exactly the way something taught you to do it. And you've redone it several times now. Okay. So I know I have a broad audience, and this is for let's say the first failed attempt to manifest. So you're just lighting candles, to the seasoned practitioner, let's say, and you're a little frustrated that something hasn't come your way. Okay. I want to say, seal it and forget it. That's what I want to say. But what I'm going to say and go into is, when we are living in a time like this, I would say, when the timeline has sped up, but for some of you may not know what that means. The world has changed a lot since, let's say 2019, 2020. The world has changed so much that you can't say not really, right? The world's changed a lot. And not just the things that you can touch. Things have changed in the ether. Things have changed in the universe. In such a way that how we go about the living has changed and will continue to change. And these are good things. The universe doesn't cook up disaster. It leaves the humans for that. No. But all this to say, the secret ingredient to manifestation work is to get so good at it, honestly, that you really don't need the tools, that you're manifesting with your thoughts anyway. And in my experience, the shortest path to that isn't short at all, actually, because it's a lifestyle. But you must become very good at detachment, detaching from outcomes, so that you don't feel like you have to orchestrate, that you back up and let the universe have all the space it needs to manifest that which you have put out there. This is what it is. This is what I am called into being. You got to back up from that after you do it and move on to the next thing. And that honestly is my point. You light that candle because you have done all the work in front of it. And now it is time for it to manifest. So you hand it over to the universe to do the rest. That is the point that you go on to the next task, that you don't hang out there. You certainly don't turn around and go light the candle again as if you didn't trust the universe the first time. God's source energy is pure and it does not make mistakes. We know this. So don't treat it like it did. And go on about your days. What you ought to... If you're going to dedicate the resource of time and energy to that which you have already lit the candle on, then I urge you deeply to look at everything that comes across any one of those many senses of yours during the day. And every one of those is a decision point. And all of the decisions made should align to what you lit that candle for today or that previous day. Because we aren't manifesting all these random different things that aren't connected to a whole. So as long as you are focused on the whole, whatever it is that you're manifesting being aligned to that, you shouldn't there's no time to repeat anything. You are moving forward and your life is shifting and things come up and develop, and you may want to specifically add some intention to that and light a candle. Okay, so this is not, everything I want to say is not okay. This is this is not genie in a bottle stuff. You are not a genie in a bottle. You should not treat others as such either. So when you go to your healers, make sure that we're all in a vibration where we are in our power and that we are walking in our sovereignty. If that doesn't make sense to you, continue to watch my videos, inbox, get closer, and because this is an area we want to open up for real, and I'm absolutely happy to help. But make sure that the energy that you go to anyone with, don't go to the cashier, don't go to the friend, don't go to the healer with different versions of self. You show up as your highest and best version all the time, and that is that piece that makes it so that you may feel you're manifesting faster. But I promise you, the key to manifesting faster is not repeat attempts at that which you're manifesting. You can't just repeat. You're literally telling the universe, I don't have this. It's not going to send you what you aren't aligned to, what you don't have. But you lit the candle and said, I'm stepping into this. You can't be ambiguous, and you can't backpedal. You can't be confusing. The universe does not do well with confusion. Nothing really does, right? So you just want to be very clear and walk in that which you just declared you're walking in. Don't step out of it. Stay in that alignment. And if you fall off, your next intention is to get back on it. Do whatever it is that you need to do, whatever your method is for getting yourself back on track. If you don't have one, that's day one job. Well, this is January 2nd. Day two, let's do this. Develop a ritual, make it simple, make it quick. It could be literally taking your shoes off, because you do sage the bottoms of your feet. You must. It's a portal. To sage yourself. I'm going to brush my teeth, wash my face, sage myself before I do anything else. Or, it could be when you feel yourself popping off, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take 3 deep inhales with equal deep exhales, swallow in between. And then I'm going to see, what is my energy then? Has it stabilized at all? Do I need to sage? Do I need to hold a rose quartz to my heart, for a minute or so? Do I need to listen to a frequency? Maybe we're going to be popping on YouTube. It just, thank you. So yes, it isn't about repeat of lighting candles. You should always have candles at the ready, absolutely. But what you shouldn't do is repeating the same manifestation, because you're literally telling the universe that you're working against yourself. At the end of the day, you're working against yourself. So let's not do that. What we do is keep going forward when manifesting. I almost want to say it's a one and done. Make it a one and done, and move on to the next and the next. Don't go so fast, because you do want to analyze, make sure that change was really an improvement. But yeah, you want to take your time and be intentional. Oh, Splash, you're here. My buddies. Hey, babes. Ooh, you're getting close. She looking for? What you looking for? Yeah, that's it. Actually, I don't really have any more to say on that. Just when you light that candle, you make that partition short and sweet, and when it's done, it is manifested. You need to be walking in that. For those of you that go, yeah, but what if it didn't happen? Okay, remember, if you're asking the universe to do what is in your highest and best, and you ask for something that is literally contrary to that, you are also being protected. So we're going to dial up the discernment so that you can go, okay, if something didn't happen the way that I thought it would, then what am I being shown? It's that's why I say it's not these, there's no tricks, there's no steps. It is a lifestyle. I truly want to cut that off here, because I think I said a lot. It feels like a lot in hindsight. So I want you to digest it. I want you to talk about it. If it gets crunchy and squirrely, you can inbox me, because that is always an option. I make myself quite available. There are times that I, hermit a little bit, because, one must. A 365-day healer, I have to wonder, like, take some self-time. But yeah, don't walk it alone. And I know that what I just said was a little heavy, but it's because we have to put the right things in the beginning to get what we want in the end, right? It's day 2 of 2026 of this particular calendar that we are on here. And yes, think about what this could mean for the rest of your day, not life day. What are we going to do different today? If you're local, stop in the shop. Otherwise, inbox. Come on, connect. Have a beautiful day. Make it gorgeous.